Hello everyone, McKillers here. Welcome to my How to Make Better Loadouts in the Last of Us multiplayer course. I will be making a series of videos, 4 to be exact, to show you how to make better loadouts and teach you literally everything I know about loadouts. I'm going to make this very quick. It's going to be jam-packed. It's going to be a lot of information, not much editing. So it's not going to be a very pretty watch, but the information is going to be very good, in my opinion, because it's like my best stuff as far as making loadouts go. I think there's a lot of people that don't know how to make loadouts, and they're going to learn a lot from this. I think that really good players are going to learn maybe a thing or two, not a ton, but a thing or two, like really, like level 999 people I think can still learn some stuff from this. Beginners, you're a little bit in over your head. This is going to be mostly for intermediate players or players that are like right around probably like a 1.5 KD, something like that, maybe a 1 KD, somewhere in that range. You're going to learn a lot from this course. So I'll make this first video very short just to give a layout, and we'll also cover the 4 things that I'm going to be explaining are the 4 most common loadout errors, and then I'll go to deep dive into all of these errors in the series of videos. So part 1, the 4 most common loadout errors. That's what I'm going to lay out. Essentially, when someone gives me a loadout, this is what I see most often, the mistakes that people are making. Part 2, we're going to do a gameplay review, where I'm going to highlight some of the inconsistencies with loadouts and playstyle. That's going to be really good. Part 3 is just going to be a deep dive into pairings, where I'm just going to talk about loadouts. I'm going to talk about what goes with what doesn't go with what. We're going to look at some loadouts and highlight the weaknesses of those loadouts and how to make them better through real examples of people that have given me loadouts in the past. And then part 4, it's going to be kind of like a tying it all together. It's going to be countering common loadouts, like problem loadouts that people play against all the time and they just hate it. Adjustments for survivors and interrogation. This whole series assumes that it's 4v4 supply raid, but there are some adjustments that you need to make for survivors and interrogation because some loadouts are going to be a lot stronger than others in those 2 games. Some one-use booster stuff, maybe a line or 2, and then at the end we're going to do some quizzes where you're going to be able to use what you've learned and make the changes yourself. So at the end of the day, you're going to be able to craft better loadouts and hopefully play better in factions. Now, we're going to cover the 4 most common loadout errors. They are: number 1, poor parts management, or not having a plan for your parts, not knowing what you're going to do with your parts, or not spinning them well and not having a plan to make them well. So maybe you have a loadout that needs a lot of parts, but you don't have a good way to make a lot of parts. So that ends up falling apart. Your loadout just doesn't really work for you. Part 2 is poor distance management. Let's say your loadout's very good at a certain distance, but you don't really know which distance that is, and that also ties in with 4, incongruent playstyle. I would say 1 and 3 pair together pretty well, 2 and 4 pair together pretty well. That's just poor distance management is not fighting at the right distance that benefits your loadout the best. Part 3 is lack of loadout synergies, so it's poor pairings. Putting things in loadout that don't really go together or don't benefit each other, or they work against each other. We'll go to full examples of that in video number 3. And 4 is incongruent playstyle, and that's when your playstyle does not match your loadout, or you're not playing in a way that utilizes all of the benefits and makes your loadout efficiently work for you. Alright, so I'll see you guys in the second video. We're going to review some gameplay, and I'm going to give real-life examples of loadouts. I'm going to be comparing my loadout with Look 876's loadout, and also our play styles. They don't match at all. We have very different play styles, and we play the game very differently, but it both works for us. So I'll see you guys in the second video. Thank you.